What's going on, everyone? Bass here, and in today's video, I'm going to explain why I think the Packers should be starting Eric Stokes over Kevin King moving forward. Now, let me go out and state the obvious. I think a lot of us are thinking this. I think a lot of us just don't want to see Kevin King out there anymore. You know, time and time again, him getting burned, quarterbacks picking on him, and just overall what we've seen through the first 2 weeks of this NFL season. So I'm going to split this video into two segments, one of which being why Kevin King should be benched, and another one being why Eric Stokes should start. All right, so let's start off with why Kevin King should be benched, and this list is a little long. So as we know, Kevin King was re-signed this offseason to a one-year, $5 million contract. A lot of us were scratching our heads at that, but it's what the Packers did. They also added 4 void years to stretch out that cap hit due to the plethora of issues the Green Bay Packers cap situation is in. And a little fun fact, ex-Packer Casey Hayward signed to the Raiders this past offseason for a one-year deal, $2.5 million. And currently has the highest PFF defensive grade as a cornerback, 88.3, and the highest coverage grade as a cornerback, 90.2, and that's in 119 snaps. So he's played a lot. Do with that information what you will. Man, it would be amazing to have Jaire and Stokes on the outside and Casey Hayward in the slot right about now. Moving back to Kevin King, he's never really been a consistent player. He's never really had a full good year without injury. So at this point, Kevin King being drafted in the second round in 2017, entering his 5th year of his career, I kind of feel like we've seen his ceiling at this point. So he's never eclipsed a 63 overall grade via PFF in his career. In 2017, his rookie year, he had an abysmal 50.1. Now, he only did start 2 games, but still. In 2018, he had a 56.5. In 2019, which a lot of people consider his best year, he had 5 interceptions that year. He only had a 62.7 overall grade. And in 2020, a lot of people consider his worst year, he had a 50.6. And he's also never eclipsed a 63 overall coverage grade to go with that. Over his career, quarterbacks have averaged a 101.2 quarterback rating and a 62.7 completion percentage. Now, like I said, in 2019, he did have 5 interceptions. A lot of people think that is his best year, which, to be fair, it is. But over the other 3 years, only 1 interception to account for all 3 years. And then another main concern with Kevin King throughout his entire career has been injuries. He has never played a full season. Now we fast forward to this year and we look at his stats through 2 games. He's been, for lack of better words, abysmal, pretty much on par with how he was playing in the NFC Championship game. So his PFF grades through 2 games, his defensive grade is a 50.4, which is the 117th best cornerback, and his coverage grade is a 47.1, which is the 113th best cornerback. He allowed 5 receptions on 6 targets this year, 133 yards, 1 touchdown, a reception percentage of a whopping 83.3%, and a quarterback rating of 158.3, which is perfect. So at this rate, could it even get worse? Overall, Kevin King's career kind of to this point has been disappointing and underwhelming since being drafted in the second round of that 2017 draft out of Washington. I mean, he has the intangibles. He's 6'3", he ran a 4.43 40, but he's never really put it all together. All right, so now moving on to why I think Eric Stokes should be getting the start over Kevin King. So let's state the obvious. The Packers drafted him in the first round, so they obviously want him to be on the field, and they expect him to be a future of their defense. Eric Stokes is probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, cornerbacks in the league. He ran a 4.29 40 at his pro day, and he has tremendous upside. The sky's the limit with this guy. He's already showing great potential only through 2 games. His first 2 ever games in the NFL. His PFF grades through 2 games this year are as follows. He has a 75.9 defensive grade, which is the 12th best cornerback and the number 1 rookie cornerback in the league. He has a 76.4 coverage grade, which is the 10th best, and also the number 1 rookie in the league. He's only allowed 1 reception on 5 targets for 5 yards, which was a touchdown, which was Monday night against the Lions. It was a Quintez Cephas touchdown and out route, which you can kind of argue it might not even be his fault because it was both King and Stokes out there. There was a rub route or a pick route, and they were supposed to switch. I don't know if that was, told to Stokes. Who knows? But regardless, that's only reception he's allowed this year so far. And in that game, he also stopped 2 crucial 4th down plays. Now, Kevin King has played double the snaps as Eric Stokes this year thus far, but Eric Stokes has shown a lot more with his snaps. And another important thing to note is that the Packers were experimenting in the Lions game. Obviously, putting Stokes out there, they had to experiment a little bit. They started putting Kevin King in the slot. He had 22 snaps in the slot, which already matches his slot snaps from last year. And another reason why I think Stokes will start is he saw a jump in snaps tremendously. In week 1 against the Saints, he only had 8 snaps, but in week 2 against the Lions, he had 44 snaps. And it was very clear that the Packers wanted to get Stokes out on the field more after what we saw in the first drive with Kevin King letting up that deep ball to Cephas there. And it was very clear the Packers wanted to push their rookie out on the field, and he did a tremendous job on Monday night. So to wrap things up, I would not be shocked at all going into week 3 against the San Francisco 49ers. First play on defense, we see Eric Stokes out wide opposite Jaire Alexander. Now, what the Packers will do with Kevin King, I'm kind of unsure. If they're going to start him in the slot, maybe they throw some looks out there where Stokes and King are on the outsides and Jaire Alexander is in the slot. Another tidbit of information is that Chandon Sullivan, our typical slot corner, saw a decrease in snaps this week, and he didn't play well. He allowed 3 catches for 43 yards. So I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think Eric Stokes should be this starter cornerback opposite Jaire Alexander? Just let me know down in the comments below. So that about does it for today's video. Leave a like if you did enjoy this, and as always, go Pack Go.